Hi, it's Miss Lady T. I love this thing, man. I put my camera on and I'll try to fix what I look like, before I get on and see if my stuff's right. And I got my button here to start, recording. Miss Lady T, sorry, I'm just like, I had another little download right before I came on here and I'm just like, what the F? Oh my God. Anyway, it just starts on its own. I sit here and I'm like, primp a little bit. I'm like, okay, I think I got everything on where I need to be. And I'm like, well, go ahead and start when you want to. Bing! It just starts. So, right, I got so much. And then this is why you need to come on here every day to talk about your shit. I know this. And this has been, since the last time I posted, it's just, wow. I mean, just, wow. Man, today was just windy. Spell work out the yin yang. We had rain, we had snow. It's still kind of windy out there, so they're still doing their little whatever. I have to tell you, have you ever heard of names of movies, and you're just like, there's a movie that I don't think I've ever watched it, and all of a sudden it popped in my head. I'm like, it was called How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And I'll tell you how this is relevant. Well, let me catch you up a little bit on this crazy shit that's in my life right now. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. So, I was fooled again. I always keep thinking it's somebody that I want to talk to, and it kind of turns out that somebody I don't want to talk to, but I should have known. And I don't see this as a bad thing. It was a lesson. I know how to use more discernment, and I know I preach about discernment every time I'm on here. But somebody texted me, reached out on TikTok, and they have to use plain sight. This is how they get away from karma, right? The names, the letters of the names, words, pictures, profiles, and I know they hear me because they pick up on some crazy shit I'll talk about. And I'm a very vocal person. I'll talk all day. And I know shit's tapped. I know they're listening. And I changed internet services this week. It's inevitable. They got shit everywhere. You can't just stop it because they want to know what the hell you're talking about. They want to make sure you're not blowing them up, blowing their spot up, Feel weird and shit. But they've been working hard on my little dog this week. He's older, and he is so susceptible, and I know I've said this before too, so susceptible to bad energy. This guy reached out. He seemed okay. It wasn't weird or nothing. Hi, how you doing? Good day, good night, blah blah. And I have my phone number changed. I gave this person my phone number. Never talked. Texted, I think, one day after I gave my phone number, and then I decided, I'm like, oh, no. This is not good. The last 10 days, my dog has just been up and down, limping, can't walk, running into shit. And when there's no bad energy, he's old, but he gets around. Got to take him out often because he does have accidents. But every time I texted with this person, it was like, good morning, good afternoon, how's your day, good night. It wasn't anything weird or anything like that. It didn't get kind of weird until I gave him my phone number. It's a couple of weird texts. He's like, well, if you send me any pictures, I promise I won't show nobody. I'm like, fool, I ain't gonna send you no damn pictures of nothing. Like, maybe a face shot, like, hi, I did do that, and he sent me one of him, and I'm like, oh, this ain't the person I need to be talking to. And I just didn't talk to him anymore, because I watched my dog just pace and limp, and I think it was like 2 days ago. My dog, he was mess. He was a mess. I was ready. I'd been up all night with him. He wouldn't lay down. He'd walk until he was exhausted. And he'd lay down for maybe a half hour and then get back up. And I had to keep taking him out. I take him out not only to pee, but I'll say to drop off bad energy. And when I say that, I mean, it's kind of instant these days. He'll sneeze, or he'll, like that, or he'll shake or something. And it's like, okay, he's getting rid of bad energy. Take him back in, he'll be fine. This person starts texting me again, and then he gets up, running around. I mean, he'll do 50 passes after I take him outside, feed him, give him water. he'll just keep pacing and pacing. And when it gets real bad, they'll just strike him down. And it's just sad. And I pray for him and he'll get better. But then as soon as I tap into some more bad energy, he's getting fucked up again, doing weird shit. And this weird shit, he fell down this. I went downstairs the other day. It's like 2 days. He fell. And he was like trying to get down the stairs. And I was at the bottom of the stairs, thank God, because he did fall one time. He went all the way down. He laid there for a minute. I'm like, oh God, please don't let nothing happen. He was fine. He just got knocked out for a minute. He got back up and he was good for a little bit. But he fell down the stairs a couple of days ago. I caught him. Let him downstairs while I was doing laundry so he wouldn't try to get back downstairs again. He usually don't follow me down there. But I'm just like, man, they're really working hard. Well, after that, he was up. We was up, me and him, probably 24 hours. I was tired. I was getting pissed because I knew this. He's old, but he's not going to do all this weird shit. And he only does this weird shit when I let somebody in my energy that shouldn't be there. Well, how to lose a guy in 10 days. I blocked this person. He didn't get weird or nothing. He texted, like one day we texted, and he just done the pictures thing, and I'm like, that's weird. And he was like, how tall are you? What's your weight? Fool, I ain't gonna tell you how much I weigh. I'm 5'1", but I don't know how much I weigh. Why does that matter? I told him I was like a little teapot, short and stout. Ha ha ha. Good night, friend. I like you, friend. It just, real odd. I ended up blocking him on my phone because I'm just like, as soon as I did that, my dog started acting normal. Well, I was upset with this dog. I was crying. I was crying hard because I'm like, this dog's been in my life over 16 years. And I know I got to go through this, 6 times. I got 6 animals, and I know they're all going to get old, and eventually that's the cycle of life, right? So I was really upset, and I reached out to one of my friends. She runs a rescue thing out of her home. And she rescues dogs, and she'd take them to like different places to have them like shipped off or taken to, get them adopted and stuff. And that's significant. I was watching a show, and this couple was wearing matching outfits. This couple, I'm burning up right now. The heat is real. Open this window. Hold on, open this window. I start getting hot when I start talking about all this stuff that's happening. But I called my friend. I asked her, I'm like, hey, do you know a vet? I don't want him to suffer anymore. I want to, let him go peacefully. If he's not going to go on his own, I was going to make arrangements to, have him go peacefully, And I reached out to her, and I was really upset that day. It was just a bad day and a half. And this dog, and I'm just like, he's blind, he's deaf, he's fallen, and I don't know what's wrong with him. I thought the person I was talking to was legit. He wasn't legit. And it was just ongoing. How to lose a guy in 10 days. I say that because TikTok's like, 10-day streak, 10-day streak. I've been talking to this person 10 days. And I don't talk to people. I don't talk to anybody just because of the energy. But it's rotten energy, which these people are out here under every freaking name out there known to man. I have an ex under, this had to do with I know this had a connection with my ex. It wasn't a picture of him or anything like that. These entities jump. They jump bodies, they jump people, and they act the same. He kept saying weird shit. It wasn't like my ex, but I'm like, nobody, I was, okay, it was nice to talk to somebody, but it wasn't, I didn't get into personal, like, oh, what are you eating for supper? Okay, I worked hard today, just general convo, right? It's no biggie, but just enough the energy to got in my house, got in my dog, and they'll screw with my big dog sometimes. She has like a loose tooth a little bit, and sometimes they'll fuck with her, but it's usually the small dog because he's the weakest. He's the oldest, he's the weakest. They screw with him all the time. So when I finally decided to block this person on my phone, I think he's still on TikTok. I probably need to take care of that too, because he's going to jump in and be like, why aren't you talking to me? Because you're bad seed, dude. I'm not talking to you. Not saying the person is bad. Maybe it's just the entity attachment to him. No, if he sees this, I'm sorry. Nothing with you, dude. It's just, the energy. I'm so sensitive to energy, good and bad, that if there's any bad energy, I know exactly. I know quick, really quick. When I am burning up, this is real. Um, see the water be like airplane and shit. But even before I got on here, I was turning all my lights on and fixing my hair up a little bit. Um, my dog, I couldn't find him. I took him outside. He went and used the bathroom. And now wasn't limping anymore. As soon as I stopped talking to this person, we had a normal last day and a half. He acted, the way he acts, but it wasn't anything out of the normal where I was crying and reaching out to this person to help me, hey, can you help me? She reached out, called me in, and left me your number, and I'm just like, no, I'm going to handle this. They want me to take him in. They want me to go with this person. Don't travel right now. There's so many people, it's just pissed F off. I mean, now, maybe not at you. I know they're at me, so in my situation, I'm like, I was led to not go anywhere with anybody. And my dog got better after I stopped talking to this person, and tonight, I kid you not, before I got on here, I couldn't find him. He's laying in the floor in the kitchen, his legs shaking. And when he gets under the spellwork shit, I can hold him up, and you can see his legs doing this shit. And he don't normally do this, so I know this is, I'm not trying to make him suffer, nothing like that. He's my little baby dog, even though he's 16. His legs are just, and then I'll sit him down, he'll go walk and do it. And when there's no bad energy around, he'll do his business, drink, eat, he'll go lay down. Old dogs like to sleep a lot. Before, got on here, he was like stricken. I mean, literally, I've never seen him just stricken down. And after I get done here, he'll get back up and start acting normal. I pray every day that he gets, peacefully crosses over, and, I'm going to be there. I'm not, at that day that he was acting like this, I was crying. I'm like, please, God, help this little dog. He don't need to suffer like this. I couldn't, it was breaking my heart. It really was. But tonight, I laid him back. He was trying to get up and stuff, and I'd stand him up and gave him some water. And he just lay there. His legs kind of laying there. He just wouldn't stand up. He could stand up, and then he'd lay down. And before I got on here, I'm just like, okay, you just need to be comfortable, because after I get done with my show here, then he'll, he's napping now. He's okay. He's not hurt. But they stricken him down. I mean, literally just laying in the floor trying to make me not get on here and talk about shit. And I'm like, I'm going to talk about it every day. And I'm not really giving a crap if my neighbors see this, but they are the most. These people are the most. And I know I think I posted something about the road workers today. Lights are flashing, warning, 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 because people are, doing the most. They ain't gonna come up to your house and try. I mean, they might. I don't know. I had a couple weird visitors. Nobody visits my house. They're laying like fiber optic line, and they left some paperwork in my door saying, "Oh, you can get these channels and stuff." This guy, knock, knock, knock. Nobody knocks on my door ever, and I'm like, "The hell are you?" No, I'm not answering it. He left the paper rolled up, and it's soliciting for their fiber optic network and stuff. Come back 2 days later. Knock, knock, knock. Left another pair. I don't need to talk to you, dude. If I want fiber optics, I'm sure I can call AT&T, whoever that's. I want fiber optics. No, I'm good. So don't answer the door if you're not expecting anybody, and if you think, crazy shit's going on. But every night, I usually feed my animals around the same time every evening. I literally, and I know I've said this before, have somebody staring in the back of my house just on they're smoking, and I'm not saying anything bad, but their name's coming up in different shows, different songs, different movies, and I'm like, let's talk about the neighbor. Well, since I'm here all the time, I can see people come and go. That one works all day, that one works all day, that one comes over. I kind of know just because I'm outside so often with my dogs, and I just see their cars there. This one day, and all these people have full-time jobs, okay? One stays home all the time. The other one comes home at 4. Dogs start acting crazy as soon as they get home. As soon as this person gets home, they start pacing. My big dog starts whining. I'm like, oh, it must be after 4. I look outside, 4:45. It's around 5 o'clock when I feed them. Person's on their porch, standing there. on the phone. And I'm so in touch with people. I can tell, I don't know what exactly they're saying, but I know I'm like, she's on the phone with whoever. I don't know who they're calling. Be like, dude. And instead of like looking at my windows, like watching them, like I can see you staring at me. You know, I'm not flicking them off or doing anything crazy. Don't react. I know it's hard to not react. This time I'm like, that's it. And I'm like, come on, dog. Usually we go out front when we go outside with the dog. When I got the dogs, nah, I'm going outside the back. I don't go out my backyard very much. Got the dog, put him on a leash. We walked out, and there she stood on the porch. She's like, she's smoking her stuff. Nervous as hell, and I'm just standing there. My dog leash. Got my cigarette going. I'm like, I see you. I didn't say this out loud, but I'm like, is there a problem? Do you need to come across the yard and tell me something? I don't know why you keep watching me. And caught the husband doing the same thing like a half hour later. I'm like, what is going on? And I just have to tire my dog out. He goes and walks around in circles and does this little thing. He gets tired and he'll go to sleep instead of acting crazy and being weird. Sometimes when the spell work's going on, they won't eat. Cats will throw up. Dogs are crazy and they're acting nuts and they're having accidents everywhere. Cats are throwing up. There's my cat house here. There's like 2 little caves that they can go into. I call one the sick cave. Because when they're not feeling good, they will walk in there and just curl up. They don't feel good. And I'll pray for them. I mean, I can't take them to the vet every time they have a headache or a belly ache or whatever. But I notice if they start throwing up or whatever. And I noticed she was in there curled up. She had threw up a couple times. I found in the house like hairballs and shit. And I'm like, I got to her too, because, you know, it was around supper time or whatever, and she ate. She threw her food up, curled, you know, inside the sick cave or whatever. And she got better, you know, she just had a little, and I'm just like, Lord, you know, take this away from her. And with a half hour, I started having stomach cramps. And I'm like, ooh. Man, that was nasty. So it's energy. It has to go somewhere. You either have to, you know, I've learned you have to get up. Today I started get up, curl my hair, put my makeup on. The dog would lay down. If I sit down in bed or start watching TV, the dog's crazy. Walking and doing crazy stuff. Big dogs whining. There's no reason because they're out. They're out probably 20 times a day because I'm taking them out all the time because the one has accidents sometimes, but every 45 minutes to an hour, I'm outside. And these people they know my schedule, and I know theirs. But it's like, don't deadball stare at me like. And even city workers out here, I know they got to do work out in the city and stuff. My dog will start whining. Dogs are protectors of the physical world. Cats are protectors of the spiritual world. And I've learned this the last few days. Oh my God. The last week I paid the cat shit on my book. Shit on my book. It's fucking with me. But I know I need to get her often. But yeah, cats, they see spiritual, and they can see entities and energies. And I noticed my one cat, and I talked in here before about that too. About, you know, he'll stare at walls in different places, and he'll stare above my bed, and he's looking at spirits. And I don't feel. There's no, you know, I'm not scared. There's a peace, actually, you know, because I'm being watched over. I had a hawk in my window this week. My little cat, Bobo, he was watching, and I heard something in the bushes, and I got a bird feeder hanging outside my window in the bedroom. And I heard there's bushes out there, and I heard, usually they're little sparrows or whatever coming up. And all of a sudden, I heard something. I mean, the bushes were just moving around. I'm like, cat's just like, he's not in the window, he's just watching the window because it got a little desk right there. And I'm like, what's he want? What is that noise? And I look, and there's a big old hawk, and he's like, whoa. You know, I'm like, condor. The ancestors are watching. You know, this hawk, he comes by all the time. He's hovering around. He'll land in my trees and land on the light pole. It's kind of cool because he's kind of watching out for me and letting me know, hey, I'm being watched over. Light pole, I noticed the other day, casted a big old T in my yard, and I'm like, T. Okay, I get it. Just the craziest stuff happening. Learned But yeah, back to the TikTok. I know I'm just kind of going on about discernment and stuff. This person got on TikTok, and his name, kind of caught me off a little bit. And I look at the names, and I'm like, because there's two people, one person that's out of my life, one person that's coming into my life, like my true, as they would say. I believe 99.9% for sure accurate. Um, but when I'm in his energy, or when he's in my energy, there's peace, there's calm. The animals aren't crazy. I don't feel weird. But if anybody else gets in my energy, I'll get hot flashes. Um, I'll just you start getting confusion, and that's when you know if it's confusion. No, you don't want no part of that shit because that's what they're trying to do: confuse your ass. I mean, and that's their job. That's what they're here to do on Earth is to confuse you, make you just give up, all this stuff. Oh, and during the motion of the staring and all this stuff, I get marked up. I don't know if you can see it. Marked up. Marked up. I mean, hold on, there's more. I mean, I wake in this marked up. Confirmation. Marked up. And it's just all over my arms, and I'm just like, they're really attacking me. And I'm just like, you got to stay strong. And it's because I haven't been getting on here all the time. And I know I've been slacking, so I've been getting more susceptible to different shit. So if you feel the calling to do something, try to get and do it. I have stuff, problems with anxiety and being shy and stuff, but just if it's for your purpose on Earth, and this is what you're put on Earth to do, just try to. And that's me. I'm trying every way I can. I'm trying. Even today, I went outside, and it's been kind of rainy and windy today. It's bright. When I was dropping off, putting my dog, and I was like, poop and pee, drop off bad energy. And usually he'll poop or pee, and he'll shake and sneeze and stuff. And I'm like, cool. And I was getting pissed, and I'm just like, man, they're not going to start on him again. Well, there's a chance of rain and stuff, and I was outside, and I was standing on my porch and let the dog out, doing his thing, and it's like, please, God, protect my little dog. He don't need to be going through this, and anything in my house. I say I want my house fully protected, my animals fully protected. I want no harm to come to them, and you got to have your faith, or it's not, going to be constantly. You're safe. You're going to be put through tests just to test your shit, test your patience, test your emotions, which I needed to check my emotions this week. And this is why some of this stuff happened. And I don't blame God, and I don't. He lifts his hand sometimes just to let you, hey, you got to look up, have faith, do what you're supposed to do, and this shit won't be going on so much. You're going to be put in battles, probably, not battles, but just you gotta know what you're feeling, and go by what you're feeling. If it feels bad, don't do it. If it feels wrong, don't do it. If it feels good, feels right. And a lot of things don't, but you just have to test the spirit. Sometimes I'll get on my phone, like right now, I want to test the spirit to see what we're dealing with. So I'll put it on shuffle. It won't work. Oh, cool. Okay, they took it off. No. Go to downloads. Okay. It's okay. I got it. I'll put shuffle off, just to see what comes up. Children's story, because I'm telling a little story. It's cute. Something to do with chicken noodle soup. I don't know. It's testing it. Play. They're pissed at me right now. State of my head. Don't want to fall in love. Just chill, Bill. This funny shit. But no, when I went outside and I said, protect my home, protect my dogs, immediately, and I go in Jesus' name, amen. Immediately, the wind whips up. I mean, just downpour rain out of nowhere. I'm like, what the hell? I said, this just fucking happened. I'm like, wow. I'm like, thank you. And my dog immediately done his business. We got back in the house, and I'm like, as soon as I said that, I mean, we had a chance of rain, but the wind just, woof, and the fucking rain just fell down, and I'm like, I couldn't help but laugh. If I do my hair and my makeup, shit starts happening. I start seeing people come out the house. Or seeing people have different visitors at their house in the middle of the day during work week. There was one day, both cars were home over here. Both cars are home, and I'm like, damn, it's a work week, and at noon, and at 1, and I'm like, people are working all day, and I'm thinking, what? Everybody's home today. I'm like, no one wants to come over and have a tea or smoke or anything. I'm just like, but they was just working on them just because I was so upset the other day. It's a crack. It's a crack for them to get in. If they have a crack to get in, it's just like water. They're going to find it and get up in there. Pray, pray, pray. Meditate. But the 10 days, I noticed my energy was all janked up. I wasn't meditating all the time. Some days I wasn't even doing my cards. Some days I wasn't even doing my letters. I still write in my book every day, every day. There's stuff every day because there's so much stuff that happens to me, I have to write it down. And it helps, I think, I always put I'm love, I'm peace, I'm abundant, I'm successful. I write this stuff down every day. Every day. You have to reprogram your mind. You're taught to follow. You're taught to listen. You're taught not to, you got to follow the rules and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to be a robot, no. Be you and go your own, do what you need to do. It's been freaking hard, but I know there's a light. I can see the light. It's right there at the end of the tunnel. The proverbial light, not real light, but I see it. I know I'm in the right direction because when I act right, things right happen. When I don't act right, things are delayed. They're not stopped, but stuff gets slowed down. Like the finances or decisions I need to make about different things. It's just their confusion or bills. Just a lot of things can get in, and that's every day. I know people's going through a lot of shit and financial trouble right now. People's having it hard. A lot of people are. Me included. Donate if you need to, want to. That'd be cool. Thank you. But I always say God pays me because I'll just get random checks and random money or whatever, But things started kind of getting crazy after I changed my phone number and nobody had my phone number. My phone's quiet. I'm just like, it's nice. Because I had my other phone number for like 10 years and it was like, everybody was, unknown caller, private, spam, weird numbers. But now nobody has it, so my phone's quiet. So it's pissing them off. So I blocked this person. Today, another person popped up. I got on TikTok Live for a little bit. I just get on there and listen to music and stuff. I don't really pull cards and stuff. There's so many people on TikTok pulling cards. And some of them are legit, and I think some of them aren't. I'm just going to cut the deck to find out. Chariot. I think whatever's coming is coming in fast. And you're going to release a burden. I do this just to say I'm tarot. I do pull tarot. I do read tarot. It's not the only thing. It's a tool. It's a tool, just like, my letters are a tool. I draw these out. It tells stuff about my parents. It tells stuff about my sister, my brother, my kids. It will tell me. And I found some disturbing shit out today that I'm like, man, really? My kid? And these cards, they have like yes and no at the bottom of them down here. Or yes, no, maybe. And I'll ask a question. I just simply ask to myself, or maybe even out loud. I try not to do anything too much out loud because, just in case people are listening or whatever. I'm sure people are listening, government, whatever. They listen to everything and they know everybody what they're talking about. Got to keep their eye on their shit so they can keep doing the most, out there. And I'll just split my cards and it'd say yes, no, maybe. This happened with my son. And I started putting things together. And I'm just like, damn, these people really got into my family. I mean, they really did the most to my family, and it sucks because as a parent, I'm to protect my kids, okay? And I've done everything in my life. They lived with me up until 18. One's 27 now, one's 20. But yeah, they're both moved out. One grandkid on the way in March. I'm excited, but I just want everything to be okay. And I know everything will be okay. It will be okay. And what these people have done to us, to you, there's karma coming. Because they got to do stuff in planes. I was on TikTok earlier today. I'm not on there too much in chat rooms. And this person comes up. What was the name? Look, I wrote it down. Remind you, my family's not on anything. And they're like, oh, we don't even know how to use TikTok. How do you even get on live? They don't. Playing stupid as shit. And I've been falling for them. Like, oh, yeah, whatever. Because I haven't seen anything online that gave me the inkling that it was my, siblings on there. Or my exes. My ex is always popping up there under stupid shit. And I'm like, dude, I know who you are. You don't know who I am. You've never met. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I feel your nasty energy. And it's just like, ugh. I just want to reach out, but I'm like, no, you got to be nice. Don't react. And they're just laughing and laughing. And you don't know me, and you are this. I ain't falling for it. You ain't gonna get to me. Ain't gonna happen. I was in a live, and it was a DJ playing some like slow jam music and stuff. I put good evening. Hey Tanya, thanks for joining. Thanks for coming in tonight. Guys in order, man, just playing like old disco music and love songs and stuff. And this person come in, her name was Debbie, I think. Hey sis, I don't know you. I'm like, hey Debbie, threw up a hand in my little live feed or whatever. Sis, I'm like, really? I'm not saying it is. I do have a sis, and I'm like, I don't know how to get on it. I've never get on I don't even know what your profile is. And just acting stupid. And I'm like, sis. She called me sis. And I'm like, let me get comfortable because I know who the hell you are. And I'm like, don't react though. Don't react. Pray for these people that they turn away and they start serving the right person and not the wrong one, because the wrong one is really going to screw their lives up. And I see it and I hear about it. Doctor appointments, surgeries they're having. There's one in a nursing home. One had a cold or a sickness for 2 or 3 weeks. One lost their voice. Wonder why they're losing their voice? Because they're talking too much and telling all these stories and lies. Are you okay? Yes. I'm not talking about my dog. I'm not talking about my spiritual journey. I'm not talking anything about with these people. Because if you tell them, take an inch, they'll give them an inch, take a mile. And they will do everything to thwart, I'm trying to get on here to, let people know this is what I'm going through. These marks on my arms are real. These people staring me down and bad shit happening in my house is real. Me talking outside and saying I'm protected, get away from me, Satan, is real. Rain starts pouring, wind starts blowing, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, this shit's really happening. And then before I get on, I'm like, how to lose a guy in 10 days. I love that too. One more thing. I know I've talked. It's 33:12 right now. Remember Drake's song, I wear a pinky ring till I get a wedding ring. Today I found my pinky ring that was in my jewelry, and I stuck it on my left hand, my ring. It's a pinky ring, and I thought first thing came, I wear a pinky ring till I get a wedding ring, and I'm like, you can't make it up. All kinds of shit. It's if you have to see it. You have to see it. I mean, really see it. But anyway, I'm getting hot again. Anyway, I got to get on here every day. Hope and pray for me that I get on here every day. Shit comes up, and I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. Just try to get on here. Be consistent. Maybe not every day or nothing. Maybe I'm pushing it, but you got to have goals, right? So I'm not perfect. Don't claim to be perfect in any way, shape, or form. But this life is a journey, and we're all on it, in it, and in it to win it. We gotta, do right by people, be good to people, be nice. My leg's itching now, so I'll start. It's a trip, but anyway, it's Miss Lady T. You guys have a great Wednesday evening. And definitely the wind is just kicking up a storm right now. It's starting to snow. Chill out. It's a chill out. Anyway, everybody have a great evening, and I will see you, I know, in the next couple days, because I got to be on here. So everybody be cool here, So you guys take care. Love you guys. Bye. Oh, it's not working. Bye.